storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
They feel comfy with their former slave masters.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. Let me ask you, when you were in Hollywood, like, can you tell us some of the things?
That's why I left. They kept wanting me to go for that gay shit, and I said, no, I'm not doing it.
Oh, they approached.
Fuck you, I'm not doing it.
Oh.
See, I started off neutral, but let me tell you what they did. The show wasn't even a month and a half old, and they had a fete down at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in LA, right? So I'm a bachelor. I'm 50 years old. I was dating Frida Payne at the time. She and I doing a thing, but she wasn't there this time. And I'm dancing with all these starlets. I'm in my 50s, right? And I wound up running into a sister I'd gone to high school with. So we started talking, sitting at a table. She got up to go to the ladies' room. She said, when she came back, do you know that tall guy over there in the gray suit? I said, yeah. He said he walked up and offered me $2,000 that if I'd signed this note saying you were trying to cop a feel on me.
Wow.
So we went around and found all of these women that I danced with, and they told us the same thing. So we got written statements from them to that effect. Now, I hired this beautiful sister as a PR person. She's from Mississippi. She was Miss DC and then Miss America pageant. She first runner-up, youngest licensed lobbyist in Hollywood. So I paid her $250,000 to do my PR because they were trying to kill the show off so they can embezzle a lot of money.
Mm.
We came up with this fictitious woman. We invented the woman, and we did some affidavits that we filed with Human Resources, and they had a lockbox full of these affidavits detailing what they were doing. And lo and behold, after 6 weeks, these fools come up with a letter signed by this fictitious woman claiming that I'm trying to indecently proposition her so she can get a position. Well, I went over there and I said, all of you can go fuck yourself. I quit. What? I said, fuck you. And meanwhile, why don't you have Human Resources bring over here and see what I might sue you for? So when they opened the letters, they all turned red-faced. So in 6 weeks, none of them were there, including the CEO. He was gone. But I was there for another 14 years.
Right.
See, that's the way they try to roll, low-down scoundrel. I wasn't fucking with them. I took Frida to a luncheon. These son of bitches wrote a goddamn letter to Human Resources about I insulted them because I pulled the chair out for my date at the lunch table.
That sounds crazy. Wow.
I mean, it was ridiculous. They said the below sign, 23 proud lesbians. We object to having to work around this straight black male when there's so many nice gay men to work black gay men. Why do we have to be assigned? Several of them said, we've been in the industry for 25, 30 years. We've never had to work for a straight black male.
Wow.
His voice is too deep and all this other shit. I mean, every time I tape for 15 years, I'd have to be watching my 6. Brought in some people I hired to watch my 6 because they were trying to put knives in your back. Just vicious knives for no reason, just because they hated you for being a straight man.
And they knew that you were not supportive of that lifestyle. And they said, well, we got to take you out. Wow. But you lasted 14 years. You still 15 years, excuse me. You still lasted 15 years.
And I quit. They wanted to halve what my basic guarantee was, talking about the ratings a lot. I said, but you just got through bragging to the stockholders for CBS that I was their #1 money-making proposition. Now, either you lied to them or you're lying to me. How you find that out? Here, fool. I bought some stock, so I get the stockholders newsletter. Now, you're lying. That's a 10-year sentence with the feds, or are you lying to me? So I just said, I'm old enough to retire, so fuck you.
And you just went on about your business. Okay, I understand.
Went on about my goddamn business.
Man. It's almost as if no, it really is. It seems like they just figured you was like some dumb, ignorant Negro and you was just going to go along with whatever they told you, but that was not.
I know, but see, they knew that not to be the case.
Yeah.
There's a funny thing about Hollywood. It's in California. And those of us who grew up in California like I did, we used to have an inside joke. Have you ever met a white boy in California that would admit somebody black knew anything that he didn't know better unless it was maybe basketball?
Probably not.
No. In the South, see, I had clients who were white doctors, white lawyers, white businessmen, and I represented them in criminal matters. You know, they'd get DUIs and assaults. They'd punch it out. Good old boys behind the roadhouse, you know, type shit. And they'd acknowledge you knew something. It may be as long as you're working for them, but these kind out there in Hollywood, black folk are just ignorant. They were supposed to be trained monkeys. See, they call you talent. I said, I'm not talent, because in 1999, the California Supreme Court wrote a 23-page written opinion saying I am Judge Joe Brown, qualified as an arbitrator under California law. Therefore, everything I do comes under the California judicial arbitration and mediation statutes. And when I rule, it's official and it's enforceable. I have full contempt powers. I can have somebody locked up for disrupting an arbitration proceeding. What I did is enforceable under binding contractual arbitration, and that got backed up in 2007 by the U.S. Supreme Court, who declared such in a related case to be under the U.S. Arbitration Act of 1928. So everybody else was fronting. I never said it was a court. I always said I'm running an arbitration proceeding.
You did say that.
In the decision, it said they had to do what I ordered, and I had the final say so. And if they went against it, they would be subject to prison, fine, and or civil damages. So I'd always throw it at them. Now, fuck you, read that.
Yeah. You're right. You did always use that.
By the way, you don't make enough money. Your ass ain't high enough on the food chain to fire me. So fuck you.
They hated your ass. I know they did. I know they did. I could just imagine.
And by the way, the ones that were responsible for me were leaving, I don't think any one of them made it for 6 weeks before they were fired, when I just wrote a letter to the board of directors telling them what happened. Yeah. And they acknowledged that these bastards had embezzled $25 million, but the lawyer I had who always beat him, he just disappeared. His office was saying, have you seen him? We haven't seen him. They returned some checks. His family was going, Judge, have you seen attorneys on? I haven't seen him. Nobody's seen him since.
Damn. Okay. Well, we can kind of guess what happened there. Damn. All right.
I don't know.
Got questions? Talking to one of the world's top 10 psychics ought to help. Dr. Linda Salvin is amazing, with an uncanny ability to clarify your issues and bring you quick and accurate answers and predictions. From the White House to the homeless, Dr. Linda has helped thousands over more than 2 decades, on her national radio show, by phone, in person. When you need answers, Dr. Linda lights the way. Book time with this gifted healer and clairvoyant now. Visit lindasalvin.com or call 888-509-1077. And you can bring Dr. Linda's metaphysical healing home with her spirit-filled candles, Wicks of Wisdom, where pure essential oils and elements are powerfully released through her proprietary rituals to assist you in love, legal, career, finances, health, and more. Wicks of Wisdom work. See them and order yours at lindasalvin.com. Always fun and accurate, Dr. Linda's visions bring you solutions. Call 888-509-1077 or visit lindasalvin.com.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.